During the Tarkov TV podcast that just happened, we were given a teaser trailer for 12.7, and although it's only a minute and a half long, it has given us tons of stuff to look at, including the customs expansion, the new Shoreline Scav boss, and a few new things as well, including an underbarrel grenade launcher. That's right, they're back, baby. I missed them. They were in the start of the game, in the alpha of the game, and then they removed them because they broke the game. So hopefully that won't happen again. But anyway, I'm going to let you watch this minute and a half long trailer, and then I'll go through and break down everything I have found out from it. Pretty amazing trailer, right? I certainly think so. So there's tons to cram into this video, so I'm going to try my best to explain everything that I've seen, but I want you guys to comment down below as well what you've seen, what you're most excited for, and we can have a comment discussion down there as well. So the first few opening scenes show us some interiors of some new warehouses that we have never seen before. Personally, I think they're not just going to add new ones, I think they're going to open up existing ones that we previously could not get into, and I think that's a great thing. There's a few shots where you can see that it looks like it's going to be located in the factory area. For example, there's train tracks running behind the first warehouse we see on the opening scene, and then you cut through, there's an interior of a nice warehouse which looks completely new, and then we get the third warehouse which looks like it's going to be in the brand new construction area. So I think they're going to be adding a bunch of new interiors for warehouses, both in the existing areas we already know and the new area as well. And then we cut to 3 PMCs standing in a hallway of what looks to be the new medical area, which we've seen from screenshots is going to be added to the customs expansion. It's going to be a mix between a medical lab type place and offices. But it isn't the building that I want to draw attention to, it's actually the PMCs standing in the hallway, and more specifically, the first one. Is that new bear clothing? I think it is, I've not seen this before. So that's pretty darn interesting. The rest of the 2 PMCs, the second one's too dark to really see for me, and the third one just looks like the USEC flannel, but new clothing is always a must for me. I love customizing my character, and I can't wait for us to do that more in future Tarkov. And then it cuts to a first person view of that very same hallway, and we can see a better glimpse inside of the side rooms, and you can see a more lab researchy area in there. And then we cut and we're outside again, and we look like we're at the bus station, which is already at Big Red. Maybe they've expanded on this a little, or this could be a completely separate bus station within customs, but there's another entrance to the warehouse that we've previously seen with the blue and white walls. So it looks like that we've got the front door, you can go in from multiple angles. It looks really atmospheric in here, but it does look like an expansion to the bus station area close to Big Red that we've already seen on customs. And then we get another look inside of that very same building towards the bathroom area, and it cuts to another interior of another warehouse. And this warehouse we actually saw in the opening shots of this trailer. This is the warehouse located close to where the sniper scav sits in construction, and it looks very cool in here. We also see that the PMC shoots out lighting, which means individual lighting is making a return. They added individual lighting into interchange, where you can shoot out every light. it looks like it's going to be here too, which is just incredible. It can really change the way you play if you can shoot out all the lights and sneak up to people in darkness without them even realizing. And if they're following suit with interchange, maybe there's going to be generators in some of these warehouses which we can turn on and off to turn on the power for different warehouses too. That'd be really interesting to see added as well. And now this is where the action kicks off. We see a bear on the second floor of a warehouse which looks to be on the right hand side of the factory area that we already know within customs, and he's shooting down into the new expanded construction area. I love elevation in maps, so this is great. They're adding multiple tiers to different warehouses and different construction areas. I think it's great. Getting elevation gives you better advantage and it gives you more angles to check. It's going to make this a really atmospheric place to fight in. So after some really cool shots showing off what is going to be probably the main warehouse in this new customs expansion, as well as some more of the medical building we spoke about earlier, we are brought to this shot here, which is actually from the second story of that main warehouse I just mentioned. This is overlooking what would be the elbow area in the customs as we know it now, and he's firing an MG into some ditches, which means you've got plenty of cover in terms of the way the land forms, but you've got an MG, so you've got to look out for that. And obviously you can actually map out what customs would look like now based on this scene. You can see Big Red in the background, you can see where elbow would form, as well as the warehouse that the sniper scav likes to sit on. So this is where it's going to be laying out, and you can see just how vast that the customs is going to be expanded. And then the next scene is probably one of my favourite scenes in this whole trailer, and that is because we get to see our first look at the handheld grenade launcher that is going to be added. This is the FN40GL, made by the same makers of SCAR, so it looks like we're going to get some SCARs in the future based on this as well. But the FN40GL is a standalone grenade launcher that's handheld, similar to how the grenade launchers worked in the alpha before they removed them because it crashed the servers. This is our first iteration of what it's going to be like, and hopefully stable. There's not a gun attached to it, it's just a grenade launcher, but look at the range that you can get with them. Looks like we're finally going to be able to put those 40mm grenades that we keep finding in Raid to use now with this 40mm grenade launcher. I'm so fucking excited. Look how sexy that thing is. And then after some more engagements in places outdoors in this new customs expansion, we're going to see another new weapon, and that is the Benelli 12 gauge shotgun. This is issued to a lot of US military at this current point in time, and holy shit, new shotguns. From the clip it looks like it's firing AP-20 slugs, so it's definitely going to pack some punch. But other than that, it seems to be that we're in a new warehouse, and it looks to be a warehouse that is similarly designed to the one that's already in construction. You know, the one that's being built with the zigzag concrete stairs? Well, it looks to be a finished version of that building. It could be the warehouse as if you were to go from Big Red across the river to construction, and then you go through the hole in the fence. If you go there and there's a building to your right, it could be that building. It looks very similar with the green windows. And then we get another shot showing just how vast the custom expansion is going to be, and then it cuts to another big selling point to this new construction expansion for me, and that is the mounted grenade launcher. It's mounted facing the area of construction we already know. You can see the silos on the left hand side, the blue fence and the dip, and then you've got that unfinished warehouse on the right as well. And it's just showing you that nowhere's safe anymore. You can't just run through there and expect to not get flanked from the right hand side because there's a wall anymore. It's going to be big, and you're going to get shot at by grenade launchers, and I can imagine this is going to be even more deadly than the ones on reserve. And then we see some more scenes showing off different warehouses and different ways to engage people in this new customs expansion. And do you remember when I said that they're going to be opening up factories that we've already seen within customs? Well, we've seen that in these scenes as well. We can see within the silos area close to the fire extraction on the factory side, we see a few warehouses that would have had closed doors now have open ones. And then we see the FN40GL's explosion radius. It isn't massive, but it's still pretty vast and it can still destroy targets pretty easily. And then we get a few more shots with the Benelli M4 shotgun, and after that, that's it for customs for the time being. We go on to Shoreline, and the first thing we see, of course, is going to be the Shoreline Scav boss, right? Now we're going to see the Sanitor in multiple locations around Shoreline based off of this trailer, but our first look is him walking around the pier. As you can see, we're seeing him from the rear, which means we get to see his med bag that he carries. It's going to be a new backpack that we can put on, and we're going to see him in his raincoat, normal scav attire, but he's got a bandage on his head, the poor thing. It looks like he's been hurt. He doesn't have much in terms of weaponry. He looks like he's carrying a shotgun in this clip. but as we see later on, I don't think he's going to be alone. The next few scenes we get to see the Sanitor located at villas and Shoreline Resort as well, so he's going to be in different places and it's going to be a very spread out area in which you can find this guy. And then after a few more combat shots it cuts back to villas and you are a player scav getting mowed down by two relatively heavy geared enemies. To me these don't look like PMCs, in fact they look like bodyguards for the Sanitor. Who knows, let me know down below in the comments what you think these people are. And then we go into the resort. You see the Sanitor and his bodyguards following. His bodyguards have got attack 2s on and relatively decent loot inside, I hope, but in terms of weaponry they just have basic AKMs it looks like. So he's definitely not going to be alone, so he's going to be maybe more of a challenge than we first thought. But I think he's going to look good. I think he's going to be a great addition to the Shoreline map. And I think he's definitely going to stop those dirty rats hitting up them key rooms and getting the fuck out. I think he's going to provide a little challenge for those little people there. And after a few more scenic shots and one last glimpse at the customs expansion showing a pretty good sniping opportunity to a sniper scav, we cut to black and there it is, escape from Tarkov, get ready to escape. I'm ready. Oh, I'm really ready. I can't wait for an expansion on customs. It's going to bring so much more to that map. I really can't wait. So I want to hear what you guys think down below in the comments. Did I miss anything? I clearly probably haven't gone over all the tiny details you guys might spot by watching this video over and over again. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you spotted anything I missed. Let's start a discussion down below, and thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know how excited you are in the comments as well. I'd like to thank you all for staying to the end of this video, and if you did enjoy it, a like is always appreciated. And if you want to stay up to date with all my latest content, then you can hit that little red button below and subscribe to the channel. It really would mean the world to me. 80% of you, according to YouTube's analytics, that watch my videos are not subscribed, so if you do feel like doing it, hit that little red button. It's free and it makes me feel special. It might even get me rock hard, who knows. And if you want to play with me or many other people, then hit up the link in the description and join my Discord. There's people there that play Tarkov and many other games. Hit me up, we can play together sometime too. If you're a fan on how the gameplay looked in this video,